Bring your hands on your hips and stand with your feet hip distance apart. We are going to start with that left leg. So load your left foot, spread your toes and feel like your left foot is just pushing the floor away from you, and step with your right foot all the way to the back. When you're stepping your foot to the back, your legs are still hip distance apart, and if you can, you could bring your hands down towards the mat, or you just keep your hands down, back up on your hips. And then you step back. You step with your right foot all the way to the back, and then come back. And you slide your foot all the way to the back, and then come back. When you're coming back, you don't really want to shift your weight on that right foot. It's touching the mat just to stabilize. If you could, just lower your both hands down to the mat, and then bring it back up. And then lower, touch the floor, and then come back. So my knee doesn't really go forward, definitely doesn't move side to side. It only bends like I'm using a lemon underneath the knee and then extends. If you can, let's go for 6 more of those. Stabilizing on that left leg, and 5. Last 4. Last 3. Hop. Last 2. And hop. 1 more. And switch your legs. Let's stand on that right foot. Spread your toes. And whenever you're ready, step with your left leg all the way to the back. My legs are still hip distance apart. And then come back and just tap the mat. And you step back and release. If you can, lower both hands down to the mat and then release. Hop for 10. And a 9. Last 8. Just a lemon underneath that right knee. Hop. Last 6. And then 5. Last 4. Step and come back. Last 3. Bend, extend. 1 more time. And release. Great job. Lay down on your mat. Stay with your feet hip distance apart and just hug your right leg closer to your body. Relax the shoulders and just slide your left leg along the mat. Now bring your hands in the back of your right thigh and straighten that leg up towards the ceiling and bend your knee. And you're straightening the leg all the way out. Try to keep your thigh as close to your chest as you can. Now straighten the leg out and pause. Curl your toes towards your shin and then stretch your toes up to the ceiling. So curl in and you stretch. Stay with that leg as straight as you can. Stay with your toes pointed all the way up towards the ceiling. And now draw 3 circles with your foot, one direction. And then 3 circles the other way around. Now stay pointed. Bend your elbows and pull that leg a little bit closer to you. And then release. And then pull that leg a little bit closer, giving yourself a lovely stretch in the back of that leg. Now on the last one, pull it in and hold it. And have a feeling of that leg pushing into your hand. So if not for your hands, your leg would just fall down. Bend your elbows and keep pulling the leg so it's a little bit easier to curl the chin to your chest. And start walking your hands along the leg like you would be climbing a tree. Go all the way to the top. Curl your toes to your shins, grab your toes, and then stretch yourself like a toothpaste. And lengthen to the crown of the head, extending the spine. Then repoint your toes round your spine and you walk your hands down along the leg all the way to the mat. And let's do that twice more. You curl, walk, walk, walk. Grab your toes, give yourself that lovely stretch. And then repoint your toes and you walk all the way down. Imagine that you have balloons underneath your elbows. So the elbows are reaching all the way to the sides of the room. They lift it. Lengthen up. Repoint your toes and you walk all the way down. Then bend your right knee, bring the leg across your body to the left. Open your right arm to the side. Keep looking towards that right hand behind you. Give yourself that nice stretch on the side of your hip. Have a breath out and then slide your right leg along the mat. And you should have a sensation that that right leg is a little bit longer. Maybe even that right hip is a little bit lower. Now hug your left leg closer to your body. Bring the hands behind your thigh and then straighten that leg all the way up to the ceiling and then bend your knee. And you straighten up to the ceiling and then bend. Now stretch it out and hold it and then flex and point 3 times. And then stay pointed and draw 3 circles, one direction and then 3 circles the other way around. Stay pointed, bend your elbows and pull that leg in 3 times closer to your body. Then hold it in. Use the strength of pushing the leg into your hands. Your hands are pulling the leg all the way in and climbing the leg all the way to your toes. Grab your toes on the top. Squeeze yourself like a toothpaste. And then around your spine. Look down to your belly. Walk your hands along the leg. The elbows are bent to the side and then lower. With the exhalation, keep walking all the way up. And you'll notice that this exercise just gets easier. And the body just feels longer and longer. And let's do that twice more. Powerful exhalation. Walk, walk, walk. Lengthen. And slowly walk down. And make it all about the breath. Deep, long inhalations. And then deep, long exhalations. And then when you finish, just walk down, bend your knee, bring the leg across your body to your right, and just turn your head to the left. Give yourself a nice stretch. Feel like you're relaxing your shoulder, your knee down towards the mat, creating a little bit more space. And then slowly release. Great job. Lay down on your back. Lengthen your spine along the mat and keep reaching with your tail all the way down towards your heels and the crown of the head all the way to the other end of the mat. Then slide your hands underneath your bum so it's a little bit easier to bring that lower back down on the mat, and then lift one leg up in the air, then the other leg goes up in the air. Squeeze your legs together, relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Feel like your upper body is not invited to the exercise at all. Now on the inhalation, feel like you could pull the belly away from the t-shirt. Keep reaching with your belly all the way down towards your spine and lower the legs a little bit down towards the mat. And then as you're breathing out, lift your legs all the way up towards the ceiling. So with the inhalation, lower the legs down. And with the exhalation, lift the legs all the way up. See how low can you go without lifting that lower back off the mat. And keep squeezing your legs together. Almost like your legs are like elevator door closing, then come in closer to each other. You inhale to stretch those legs away, and then exhale up. Now keep lifting your feet up towards the ceiling, keep stretching them away, and feel like you could reach them out a little bit further forward. And then to go up, reach them forward to go all the way up. So we're not just going up and down, we want to stretch the legs away from your body. Imagine that your legs are like a Dynaband and you could stretch them out and you stretch them out a little bit higher. If this is pretty easy, you can bring the hands underneath your head and on the exhalation just lift your chest up and do the same thing with the hands underneath your head. Lower back is not invited to the exercise, and if you feel it in your quads, you can just bend your knees. Keep them soft and then keep pulling your thighs closer to your body and then away from your body. Let's do it twice more, whatever variation you're choosing to do. Up, and let's do one more. And then release. Great job.